Hello, and welcome to Slash and Fuck, a stupid sexy D&D podcast. As the title suggests, we are a mature podcast and will be dealing with adult themes and content as our story unfolds. Since you're here, I want to thank you for starting this journey with us, and we hope you enjoy your stay. So without further ado, let's slip into something a little more comfortable.
Hello, and welcome back to Slash and Fuck. I'm your host, Dylan. These are my wonderful and lovely players, Thea and Astris.
Hello!
Hi.
Just as a quick reminder, when we last left off, you guys were escaping the Fey North, and...
Sexy Fey North.
Very sexy.
Yeah, we were making a sexy escape from the sexy Fey.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you guys were walking through the back alleys of the sexy Fey North, so you didn't really see too much.
Whoa.
It wasn't all full frontal. But yeah, you escaped down a terrifying storm and down the Aurora River, and you were almost immediately stopped by a blockade. And I want to apologize for last week. The river's not nearly as wide as I described it. You guys would have stomped him either way. But yeah, it just makes that boom that I had crossing the river a little bit ridiculous in size. But you get
Those guards were so strong.
You get the idea. You were stopped. You killed all the guards, or most of the guards, in very quick and brutal fashion. One of them got away riding to Haven, you assume, to go alert the town that the boogeyman is here. You took a couple of hostages or prisoners with you onto the boat, smashed that blockade boom thing, and started floating down the river when you interrogated one of the guards. And he informed you that it's been about 10 years tomorrow that the Day of Deceit happened. The Lady Cacophony and her Pale Knight, the Ashwind, went on their rampage across the country and escaped, and they've been at large, and the Covenant of Purity has been after them ever since. And so you blew his head off.
And so I blew his fucking head off.
Yeah.
He spit on me.
Yeah, he did.
Bastard.
Like a bitch.
Like a bastard. So you guys are kind of in a weird situation. You've got yourselves a prisoner here. You got a horse and a cart and a raft, essentially. You're going down a river that is heading towards hostile territory, Haven. You know that soldiers are going to be meeting you on one side of the river or the other, maybe both, at some point, maybe within the next hour or two. You'd reckon, Astris.
That would put us pretty close to Haven then.
Well, if they're all riding hard on horseback,
Yeah.
on alert, they can get out here pretty quick.
Yeah.
And
But both ways.
right, and the soldiers that you fought this time were much more highly trained and armed than when you left.
Yeah, and like there was not an outpost there that
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
that's
Weird.
hate
Yeah.
it. Not a fan.
Hate it. Boo.
Boo.
Checkpoint.
Should have burned it down.
We did burned it down.
Oh yeah. Good check.
That's right. You did. You burned down a mess hall, and
Now it's a mess hall.
yeah, definitely.
Felt good.
And the guard tower, mostly made out of stone. You know, most of it will crumble. It's unusable. They'll have to demo the whole thing.
Nice. Suck it, the man.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah, they'll just have to whip those tax dollars out of the peasants even harder now.
So we about to Robin Hood this bitch.
Blame the farmers.
Blame the farmers.
That's right. Well, I think you're being blamed for everything. So
Pretty much.
I didn't do nothing.
Whenever the tax man comes knocking, well, they're blaming you.
Fun. That's going to win us hearts and minds.
Yeah. Well, you don't know that for sure. Just seems
Someone's
like
taking my money on behalf of my ass. I'd hate me too.
seems like something they're doing.
Yeah.
Blaming you for all the problems, because they did blame you for a lot of things you didn't do, and
like the economy.
Like the economy.
they definitely blame you for the economy. But yeah, burning down the Burke's estate.
Bullshit. That was a man with a club.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I solved that crime.
murdering a bunch of your pages and stuff. They took that one too.
It didn't exist.
Yeah, that one. The all the grand theft, that was true, but I think they tacked on a bunch of extra stuff.
Victimless crimes.
Damages. But yeah, so now you're on the boat, and I'm curious, what are you going to do with this prisoner that you have before you go anywhere or do anything?
So how long would it take to sort of like, I have a disguise kit and I could sort of like put this like horns or something like on this guy, and I want to like blindfold him so he can't see where he's going or where we're going, but I want him to try to have my vague outline so that I don't know. So maybe they kill him and I don't have to.
Are you going to dress him up to kind of look like you and like tie him to the mast or something?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah. Well, if it distracts them a little bit by...
Right, and they already know we're there. I might as well leave a really weird calling card.
Yeah. All right, so, and you're going to get off the boat.
We're going to get him off.
Leave him on, push him back out.
Yeah, we don't get him off. He does not get off.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
He doesn't get to get off.
Yeah. I'm going to blindfold his ass so that he can't see where we're going.
Yeah, and put a harmonica in his mouth, so if he tries to scream, they'll think he's a monster.
Oh my God!
Wait, yeah, we do that.
I have to have a harmonica in the cart somewhere.
That's what we do.
Or like a whistle, some weird instrument or whatever.
Yeah,
all right.
Like, he's just blasting through this thing, strapped to his face.
We need to make a whistle out of a reed. So,
right, I'm like, I'm going to duct tape an ocarina to this guy.
Oh, yes.
Man, you guys are evil. What a horrible idea you came up with.
These evil players.
Yeah, these players. All right.
Yeah.
You got some time. So you're gonna make your way to the shore, which you can do. The river's turning, so you can just kind of head shoreward. The guard, I don't remember his accent. He's like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you?"
Gonna make you look beautiful, honey. It's okay.
This poor guy.
As the boat hits the reeds, you have a bit of coverage there, up on the side of the bank there, and some shade. He looks very confused. Are you gonna gag him or like anything? He's just gonna keep like talking and asking what you're doing and why.
I'll gag him until I put the whatever whistly nonsense into his mouth.
Right, until you put the duck, the like elk call or whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The pig mating call.
Yeah, exactly.
Red
noise. So I'll try to like give him like horned things that are shaped like mine and like shit like that. Try to make him look vaguely like me and tie him to the mast.
All right, let's see what kind of rolls this could be. Let me see your sheet, please.
What would this be?
Wait, is deception covered with disguise now? How do you disguise check? Because that's what I would do. Yeah, it would be deception. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
All right, cool. They're the same.
You might want to roll like an intimidate or something for us to get him to stay still.
All right, cool.
Because he thinks
thinks
you're gonna kill him.
I'll hold him.
He doesn't know what's going on at all. Like you're gonna burn him.
Like, it's okay, buddy. We're just gonna let you go after we get you ready.
Oh, so ready. For the intimidation, I rolled a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Just stay still. We're not gonna kill you.
Yeah, your eyes meet his and he freezes when you say that.
Good God, I can't get your makeup right if you keep fussing.
Honey.
Imagine like the tip of your tail like a blade to his throat. You're like, shut, don't move a fucking...
Ooh, I should get part of I should have like a piercing put on my tail that's like a blade.
Like a razor. Just
Yeah.
on the end. Yeah.
That would be cool. All right. So then so then the deception or performance is a 18.
Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. I will say you just want him to like profile like you. You're not trying to make him look like, okay.
Yeah,
that's fine. It would maybe take 30, 40 minutes or something like that to make just shit that you have thrown together look like horns the right shape, and Astris helping you throw some stuff together. You're taking his armor off and like putting him in a dress, stuff like that. So let's say like a half an hour or something.
Okay, cool. We can. That's not too bad. Cool. Then I'll once he's all ready, tied to the mast, blindfolded, I'll put I'm sure I have some sort of weird like whistle thing in the cart. So I'll like duct tape a whistle to his face, mouth, whatever.
All right, so you don't have duct tape.
What?
Magically.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So
unrealistic.
You can like use twine though.
Okay.
And it might let's have a roll for your rope work here because are you gonna help her?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, then assist. I'll give you advantage, but like
this is a lot like a horse type of bit, right? Like,
yeah, and you're like, no. You got to get him right in there, and
yeah.
Like, don't worry about his cheeks. He can't feel a thing.
Yeah, like you got to like have it chomped onto the teeth, and yeah.
That's hilarious. Would that just be a straight dex?
Yeah, since they don't use rope anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, sleight of hand, maybe.
Okay. Excellent. Do I have advantage because Astris is helping me, or is it just a straight roll?
Yeah, you do have advantage.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Her knowledge is
Vast.
vast.
Necessary.
And
All right, that is a 19.
Yeah.
so you hook him up to the mast. He's not going to go anywhere. And then you guys spend about 5-10 minutes like twining this harmonica or whistle or animal call to his mouth. And he looks so confused. And now he's like breathing through it. And it's like, you know. And he's trying to talk.
And now it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
This is really much crueler than it was in my head. And now I'm like, Jesus Christ.
And now, yeah, as the sky turns a bit oranger, you know, you start to push him out into the water, and you
bye, buddy.
see the reflection of the sky on the water as the still part of the river, and it gets pushed into the current, and you just see his like worried face, and you know the sounds get a little bit louder as that it rotates away from you. He's off into the river.
There he goes.
Bye.
Majestic.
Oh man, but the horse is glad to get off the water.
Yeah, off to his habitat. Exactly. You're hearing it trail off, but it's way more panicked than that. Way more panicked than that. He's starting to understand what's going on.
Like a kid's accordion.
Yeah. Like so.
Fuck.
So you guys are trying not to laugh the whole time, but it's pretty funny.
It is really
funny. Yeah, it's like, yes, it's cruel, but it's also hilarious. Like when you tape nickels to a cat's foot. Like,
right.
God, I can't stop laughing to help him out.
In our defense, he would have killed us.
Yeah, he tried to. He did
tried
literally.
to kill
so
us.
this is all
totally.
Self-defense.
Yeah, that was
I feel like this is fair.
Fully
and just.
Court of law, self-defense. In the heat of the moment, Your Honor, we did what any sane person would do and defend ourselves by tying him to the mast. Dressed him up like a girl. Slap some horns on him. Put a flute in his mouth.
Normal shit.
So, all right. Are you guys going to make west or... I assume you got off on the western shore?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gilly's side. I think that was west.
Okay, yeah.
To Gilthaniel.
So you guys are going to head towards Gilthaniel.
Yup. We'll take like a circuitous route, hopefully, to like avoid being seen.
Yeah. I wanna power off my armor
Okay, yeah.
to be like more
Normal armor or no armor?
no armor. I want to be like what's the word? Incognito.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay.
I want to look like a normal person.
Okay, so you take your armor
so
off.
not naked.
I'm not naked, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I want to put on like a shirt.
Yeah, you change.
That.
You take all your armor off in a really cool like Stargate way. And then,
well, they never show the out of magical girl outfit. It's always just scene change, and now
and that's what we're tackling here.
The real
we're
question.
changing
problems.
the meta. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, so what's it
Changing
look
the
like?
name of the game.
What I envision a la Sailor Moon is like, like everything goes dark. There's the red line. Maybe there's like a red moon is like
A drop of blood.
yeah, drop of blood. Oh shh. And then like the chains like burst out of like the heart portion of my body,
Mhm.
and it's like da da da, and then I spin, and then they encircle me, and then it's like tight, and then
Yeah.
it like cinches everything in like in a really sexy way, right?
Yeah.
And then like yeah,
And then you land on the ground cracking it beneath you, where she
yeah.
would like float down with like moats and stuff.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it's that, but in reverse. So I crack the ground.
You heal the ground.
I heal the ground. Yeah, interesting. What would it look like taking it off? It would. Oh, I like the idea of it kind of being like confetti, like it all like explodes and unravels and falls to the ground, and then kind of like disintegrates.
And how about you, Thea? Do you want your magical girl outfit to like slip off you like a ribbon in the wind or something like that?
I feel like it does like one of those like gentle fadeaways, and then like when it's about to like pop out of existence, it goes like, and there's like a bunch of little sparkles.
Okay, perfect.
I love that. And I feel like I can hear your little ladies laughing.
Oh, and you always get like a graze somewhere sensitive from Daddy whenever
Thanks,
it gets
Daddy.
done or taken off. So it's like under butt, or something. Side boob. Whoop. Astris says when yours pops out like confetti, how about like a whip crack?
Yes.
Ooh.
I love that. Yeah.
So it comes out.
Ah.
Yeah. So you guys are heading over the rolling hills towards Gilthaniel's place.
Yes.
Okay.
And we shuffle like peasants. We're like, we're not fancy people. We're not
Yeah, I'll have like a hood
gods
on,
among men or anything. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
put a hood on over my head so no one can see my horns.
Yeah.
Just two pilgrims out walking the plains. All right. So you guys end up heading towards the yurt that you know of, Gilthaniel. You see Bonejaw first.
Oh no.
Oh,
But
Astris, you go first.
okay.
so like you're cresting a ridge and you see Bonejaw and Bonejaw sees you. So
Do we have any hot dogs?
I don't believe you have any hot dogs.
Oh, I
on
forgot
there,
it
yeah.
with the duct tape.
It's not on your
Forgot with the
character
duct
sheet.
tape. God damn.
No, it's not on your character sheet. So just remember next time.
Yes, sir.
And quantity.
How far away are we? Like, how far is Bonejaw's like eye line?
You're up on a ridge. I mean, this place is pretty well positioned to see anybody approaching them. They've got the tree line north of them a ways, and they have sort of this open plain around it, and then the rolling hills out further. So you guys are about 200 yards away.
Well,
Okay.
is Bonejaw like old now?
Yeah.
Aww. Little pup.
Oh.
Old man pup.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I want to say
I'm
hi
gonna-
to him.
I'm gonna look at Astris and go, oh God. Maybe you should go first because that dog hates me, and I'm afraid if he starts barking, everyone will know we're here.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point.
Well, he's already barking.
Oh god.
Oh.
He's barking, but it looks like he's just barking over at the yurt. A figure emerges from the yurt. Looks to be Gilthaniel. He, looks over at Bonejaw and then looks over at you guys. And it looks like he motions towards Bonejaw, and Bonejaw sits down, lies down.
Boy.
I'll do a jaunty little wave.
As we approach, I'll lower my hood and be like, hi, I'm back.
You see him just barely nod a little bit, like, and he starts walking towards you guys.
Of course.
And now he's kind of like looking around more. He's looking like at the horizon if there's anybody else around.
I'll put my hood back up.
He stops going directly towards you and starts moving more off towards the right there, a little bit further north. It looks like it's more private spot.
Cool. Good place to stash the wagon.
Yeah, there's a tree there. I think you can tie the horse up to. And you guys end up meeting up with Gilthaniel, who looks about the same. He might look like he's gotten a bit more sun. Might have a little scar here or there that you didn't map out last time you saw him.
Yeah,
he's not actually shirtless and glistening this time.
Times have changed for the worse.
It looks like he was cooking. So he was wearing like an apron, and so he's got this leather apron on. So
hold me.
He's not glistening, he's just kind of greasy. But it's still a good look. Like he just butchered something and now he's cooking it in a stew. He smells good. It smells like garlic and stuff like that. Yeah.
God,
and
yes.
as you approach, he, not one to show much emotion. He looks pretty surprised to see you. He's like, Thea, Astris, you've returned.
Yeah. I understand that a decade has passed since you last saw us.
You understand. I see.
Yeah, that's not how it happened for us.
It's only been a few days.
These things can happen depending on how far and how deep you go into the north. I won't ask.
Astris blushes.
Clearly far enough. I'm glad to see that you've returned safely. It is good that you are not displaying yourselves very much. You are wanted women.
Yeah, we found that out on the river. I won't say anything so as to not implicate you, but we ran into some problems, and now we figured that all out. And honestly, came here because you're one of the only people that we felt like we could trust, and you could tell us what the fuck happened.
He shakes you down for some information first. He wants to know exactly when you dispatched the guards, how long ago, and if they're coming here right now. So you tell him when it happened, what happened. He says, well, we don't have much time to catch up, but you have had a profound effect on the Covenant of Purity, whether you meant to or not. But it was going to happen regardless. They were powerful people seeking more power and control, and they seized it when they found a good opportunity. We should get you going somewhere. What is it that you'd like to know? I can answer a few questions.
Is Drusilla okay?
I don't know. There was a purge.
Shit.
Of Haven. A purge. And I avoided this purge for being useful to the town. Many did not. I assume the worst. Her name is on the wall.
The wall? What's the wall?
It is a memorial of the purge.
The church just killed innocent people? What?
It didn't happen overnight, but fear was high, and they stoked the fear more and more, and it became the pure versus the impure.
Mama Grizz, Millie, the girls. Shit.
On the wall.
Shit. I'm gonna fucking kill them all.
Many people left before it got that bad, but they just did not believe it would get to that point, to that level of violence. A dark day indeed.
Thea's so mad. I feel like she's rarely speechless.
Yeah, I think Astris is like really.
Internalizing it?
Yeah, like.
Yeah, these were not close friends of Astris, but new friends and good ones. Maybe friends like you've never had. And good people.
Just so senseless. And the church is supposed to protect people. Like, I felt like I turned my back on something that just, it felt like a joke. But now this is, I want to see the wall.
That might be difficult.
It's in the city, isn't it?
It is. And most people only visit it at night. He bows his head in silence with you. Very solemn news. He says, we should get going if you are to get out of here.
Yeah, I can't endanger you as well, but...
Fuck, Guilt. I'm sorry. I feel like we only ever see each other now when things are pretty dire. And, you keep fucking helping me.
It is okay, Thea. I'm sure you'll pay me back someday. He smiles a bit, and he brings you over to stay by the tree for a moment, and he's going to go inside, get some supplies. He leaves you there in the silence and the breeze of this, seems to be late winter, very early spring, early evening. And it's quiet, and it matches your mood and the news you heard as the sun is setting and the lights are fading a bit. It's not as bright as it was.
No, Astris is like probably has tears in her eyes, and it's like really taking this hard. I think she takes Thea's hand, like she could use some support, and just like says to Thea, I think this is my fault.
Thea takes your hand, and she's squeezing it pretty hard. She doesn't like her messy emotions being seen by anyone. So she's not actively crying, but she's more tense and rigid and trembling with abject rage, heartbreak, and righteous vengeance. And she's not like actively crying, but like tears are coming out. She's not like, but like she's like silent rage crying.
Yeah.
And she's just sort of looking out at everything. And she says, it's not your fault, Astris. They would have done this anyway, just like Guilt said. They've always fucking been this way. They're going around telling people that you were their most promising candidate in decades. And you were, but they threw you the fuck away because they didn't care. And now they're using you that way. You took from them what you were fucking owed. They have no right to use you as a banner in the way that they are.
Yeah, I think Astris stands up a little straighter at that. And just says, thank you, Thea. We have to make them pay.
I'm gonna fucking kill them for Syl. We need more people. We need more help. We can't do this just the two of us.
Yeah, I mean, Gil said people left town. Maybe there's more people out there that made it.
Finding them will be hard. It's gonna be like this everywhere we go. Every town we see. I don't know how far the reach of the fucking church has gotten at this point. There could be no towns that are safe for us anymore.
It's probably safe to assume that.
God damn.
So Nathaniel returns. He says to you, I cannot go with you, but, and he reaches into his bag and he pulls out another bag, but when he pulls it out, it's like a cloud of powder comes off of it. And he's like, take this pouch, and when you leave, go a bit further north and then go west along the tree line. And keep going west until you find a clearing that is just too clean to be natural. No deadfall, no loam, nothing, just clean. Once you get there, go into that clearing and just pat this. And he pats the bag again. Clouds come out of this. Tell them you're not a threat and that you need help. I'm going to try to do what I can to cover for you here so they don't come this way. You didn't cover your tracks at all, did you?
No.
No.
Okay. May I have your horse? I hate to ask.
Of course. Of course.
This horse will probably be much happier with you than he has been with us.
It really is a pressing matter, and I don't have the speed otherwise. I will keep your stuff safe, but please grab whatever it is that you need, and we'll be off.
Okay. Please be safe. I can't see you on that wall.
I appreciate it, Theo. You be safe too. There's many out to get you. You must be strong, and you must be cunning, and you must make friends. Powerful friends. He reaches out, and the horse just kind of comes right up to his hand and snuggles his hand. And he just kind of glides up onto the horse, almost like a fluid. It's weird. Elves are weird.
Legolas style.
Yeah, he just kind of gets up onto the horse. The horse seems like he's purring already, for a horse anyway. So he's definitely got the touch with animals. So your horse is in good hands, and he
It's his horse now.
It's for the best.
yeah, he nods to both of you again, and then he takes off very, very, very quick in the direction you came. Seems like he's going to go try to cover your tracks for you.
Oh my God, he's a hero.
Yeah. I don't know what we owe this man, but we owe him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you got in that cart, grab that you really, really want.
Yeah, Thea.
All right. Theo's going to load up a backpack with the bare minimums.
All right,
I
so
grabbed
the
my
finest
favorite symbol.
lingerie.
The finest of lingerie.
Yeah,
Lingerie.
Lingerie and
Lingerie.
laces, silks.
Silks.
Finest
I have my
rugs.
one instrument. I probably can't take all of my fucking instruments. So I have my one, and then I gotta have a smaller something. I'll figure that out later.
I mean, there's a big rucksack type or big like backpacking bag type thing that you can pack up and put on Astris.
And put on Astris.
She can carry at least 4 instruments.
Yeah, of course.
Wow, holy shit.
I got
I mean,
you.
that's
I'm
sorry,
your
that's
roadie,
what your
baby.
mind is saying as you're cataloging what you can and cannot take.
I could just load Astris up like a pack mule. She's so strong. She could do it, but it would
Yeah.
look ridiculous. Yeah, so we'll travel light. The pain. It's become so materialistic.
Your attendants are crying about this as well. Like
the
they're feeling the
dresses.
heartbreak. They're looking at everything and they're like they're touching the silks and then just crying and pounding their fists on it. Huge dramatic display about it. It makes it a little easier, I think.
It's comical. It is.
You're like,
funny.
all right, calm down.
Knick knack, paddywhack. You don't have to do that.
And they're like, no. Kind of, tearing it up and then, wrapping around themselves. They're having a full meltdown about it just for you.
The dramatic.
A Lifetime original.
Right. So yeah, you grab what you need and you head up towards the tree line and head west.
Yep.
All right. So Astris and Thea are heading by foot.
Poor
By
thing.
foot. On your way westward along
It's
the tree
difficult
line.
for Thea.
Yeah.
She's already lost so much. Now she has to lose her stuff.
That's right.
Okay. This is Thea's battle for her stuff. It's been like my favorite little mini game we've been playing.
Her attendants are emoting it plenty well for her, even if they're being silent, because they know the need for discretion right now.
sad.
They're definitely wearing her emotions on her sleeve, literally.
Oh, that's so
So-
funny.
Love
Those
this
cheeky
so
little
much.
bastard.
So Thea can be just stone-faced, looking pissed off, ready to kill any fucking authority figure she sees, but
Yup.
you can see what she's clearly feeling.
Oh man.
On the fact
Little
that these
tattletales.
attendants-
Tattle and Tail. That's 2 more names.
Yay.
But no,
That's 6.
there's some that are like, standing at attention, looking soldierly, flying
Yeah.
right next to your face, giving out
pissed.
the same vibe.
I'm
like,
super
Those ones are my
pissed.
new favorites.
yeah.
Secretly, quietly.
Oh, right. Well, if you give any of an indication of that, they all do it. They do. Like if you glance at them and then like glance back, looking at all pleased, they will all just fight each other to look more stern and mean and angry,
Oh my-
just like you.
They're so funny.
Little
I
mirrors
love them
and
so
stuff.
much.
Yeah. You guys start to make it out further west about an hour or so. And the sky's a little darker. It's still light out, but just not as light. And you give me a perception check. Or a nature check.
Oh no.
Perception?
I got a 7.
I got a 10. I
Yeah,
rolled a
sorry.
7.
Damn.
Sorry, I forgot. And this isn't me fudging it in your favor. I literally forgot to give you advantage because you were given the description of what to look for. So you have
That's true.
advantage looking for this.
The world's most bizarre clearing.
Yeah.
Am I dumb? Is passive perception like
Oh,
not a thing
natural
anymore?
20.
There it is. Passive wisdom. I did worse.
That's
I
great.
didn't work.
All right, you got a natural 20.
I did.
All right. Astris, you were paying more attention to what's behind you and what's to the left of you, in case any like people on horses come running up or anything like that. You're on high alert, so you weren't really paying attention to the tree line. Thea, you notice a clearing just like Ilthaniel described. There is a hill in the center of this clearing, and it's not so much a clearing more as you notice that in between all of the trees, it's completely cleaned out. Like no sticks, no leaves, nothing. It looks almost like a park or something or an orchard.
Huh.
But the trees aren't lined up or anything. But in further inward to this cleaned area, there's a rocky hill that is covered in foliage.
I feel like we're supposed to boof it on the little hill.
Right.
Oh, the hill. Okay, yeah.
Astris, you're like, yeah, and then you see it. You're like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, totally. What you said.
You're like, we're here. So you guys start walking up inwards.
Yeah.
Towards the clearing. Do you pull that little boofer out? It's not a
Yeah.
boofer.
Yeah, we're
that's
supposed to-
That's a different thing.
We're supposed to say that we're not a threat, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think let's do that as we go in there. Like,
All right.
we're not a threat.
Hello.
We come
mean
in
no harm.
peace.
All
We
right.
come in peace.
So you're patting this thing, and it's leaving like a clouds of powder around. The pixies are coughing and sneezing silently, and you see a head poke up from behind a rock near a tree, and it just kind of suddenly pokes up, goes back down, and then comes back up again. And it's a man, and he looks to be wearing like leather armor maybe as he stands up, but no insignias, no colors or anything like that. He's like, stop. And
We stop. Sir.
You're not a cop, are you?
Far from it, I assure you.
Not anymore.
So he said cop, and that's... give me an insight check.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Oof, that's not going to be good.
15.
8.
Thea, you were just rolling with it. You're like, I don't know what the fuck he just said, but okay. Astris, you're like, cop. Oh, covenant of purity.
Oh.
You fucking clever son of a bitch. I literally didn't see that coming. And I'm so mad about it. Well done, asshole. That's
Wow.
fuck you. I'm so pleased. I'm so mad.
So, Astris, you realize what he's saying. Because you're both like, no, of course not. But then you're like, wait, no.
Yeah, definitely
not anymore.
not. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you fill Thea in on this one?
Yeah, like I'm like, yeah, I mean it's
Yeah,
covenant of purity.
Oh, definitely not. Fuck them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Hate them.
He seems a little, twitchy, but he's like, okay.
We were told to say that we need help.
Okay. Okay. Well, hand over the bag. I'll help you. What do you need? You need to get out of here? You need to hide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured it's
All those things.
it's what we can
All
do.
of the
Okay.
above, my
Well,
good sir.
give me the bag.
Anything you got.
All right. Can I insight check this man very quick before I give him the bag? Like, I want to know if it seems like this is actually his job. Like, is he actually the person I'm supposed to give this to, or is he just being a dude? Is he just like, is this just his
Roll an insight and roll a perception check.
Okay.
You two, Astris, roll a perception
No,
check.
I believe him. I'm like, no, I'm cool. I definitely want to be cool.
All right.
I'm not thinking further into this.
Oh God. A 5 for my insight and an 8 for my perception. Not good.
You can't really tell if this guy's full of shit, but like, he's a guy who responded to you doing the thing that,
Doing the thing.
so you're like, well,
All right.
who else would respond out here? And you're not exactly sure what's in the bag or why it's payment, but he's just got his hand out and he's doing the all right, back in the bag.
All right.
Let's go, smokes.
Yeah,
All right.
pretty much. It's like, "Snap, come on, let's go."
I'll give it to him. I'll be like, what is that?
He
It got everywhere.
he like takes a big sniff of it. He's like, yeah, it's good. Yeah. And
Oh.
he puts his finger up in the air, like makes some sign with his fingers, and out from like the trees and the foliage, like there's no foliage really on anywhere, but people just kind of materialize out of the ground. They're so well hidden, 20 feet that way, 40 feet that way. They're coming up from behind trees, and they're just calmly now at ease walking over to your position. And he like holds up the bag, and they're like, she's gonna be fucking so happy, man. He's like, don't I know it? All right, let's go.
Who's she?
And they pretty much everybody who can hear you, like a lot of the guys are filtering with you. They're like the queen, like they all kind of say all at once.
Queen?
Yeah, the queen. And the guy's like, all right, guys, get back to your positions. This isn't a party. And he's like, look, yeah, all right, we got a queen. We work for her. She's everything to us, okay?
Oh,
We'll
okay.
do anything for her. What we do out here is we defend, okay? This hill we're going in, not many people get to come in here, okay? Unless you know exactly what to do. All right? This is our domain. It's our queen's domain, and we're just defending it out here, okay?
Understood.
All right. Now, be respectful. This is our queen's domain. Now tell me, do you need to stay here for a while, or do you need to go somewhere? Do you need to leave?
Well, the cops are looking for us. So
Yeah, we need to leave, seemingly.
Yeah, we can do that. You're going to have an audience with Her Majesty. Obviously, if you were going to enter her domain, and that's an honor, a great honor. Some of us haven't met her really since we were first brought in.
are these all just, sorry to interrupt. Are these all just humans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And he waves off some people, telling him where to go, back to position, and he brings you in. So you guys are heading towards the hill that has tons of foliage and everything on it.
Yeah.
And as you get close, you realize that it's camouflaged. It is covered in what you assume is all the foliage from the surrounding area.
Wow.
Oh, so they ripped that clearing.
Yeah.
Just
And the thing is that
Fuck yeah.
you wouldn't have noticed if you hadn't really been told that this one clearing is kind of nicer than the rest on the ground. You're heading towards this hill and you're getting closer, and he starts pulling back some vines, and it reveals a path. And the path isn't as rocky or natural, seeming as you would assume. It's actually very polished, smooth. And as you start to get into the side of this hill, it's completely smooth without an edge or a corner on anything. If you think those formations in the Grand Canyon between the rocks and the chasms that has the irregular shapes to these corridors, it would be each corridor has these weird irregular shapes that you walk through, but completely smooth. And looking at the ground and the walls and everything, it's stone and wood put together, pieced together, and then polished together. So it's this kind of one solid, smooth piece. So
Astris, unlike myself, can refrain from touching things.
yeah.
I like to play characters different from myself.
So he starts giving you a bit of a tour, and he's like, the guys inside, the workers, they're working tirelessly, night and day. All we're doing is we're expanding her domain up through this hill and then down through the hill and working out all the necessary little tubes and tunnels that she needs so that we can deliver all the necessary liquids and nutrition that she needs. We've got, and he's points off to the side, these little tubes or little holes in the wall that lead to little tubes that you see another man who is pouring a bucket of water into. And you notice any of the spilled water on the side just kind of flows in this little gutter along where you're walking. The guy leading you tells you that, they all have their destinations for processing and getting to the queen. And he's like, but, and he holds his finger up. He's like, not a single one of these tunnels or these tubes goes directly to the queen. It's smart. And he taps his head.
That is clever.
And yeah, he's just kind of rambling as he's taking you along. And he's like, another one of these. This one was hard because it's granite, you see. And you're like, okay. And you're like burrowing through this one. Whoo!
Ooh, how are they made so smooth? How do you burrow them so smoothly?
Oh, it's just a lot of time and effort. Really, you should see some of the, and then like he points over towards the workers working down the tunnel, and you can hear more what they're doing than see because there's kind of sparks shooting up
Oh, wow.
and a lot of banging noises and grinding noises and what sounds like screaming. And they're like, as you pass by this tunnel, it's like being excavated further. It's just this grinding, like, and it fades a little bit. And he's like, blood, sweat, and tears.
All in equal measure.
After giving you a bit of a tour, another thing you notice is that the workers inside, they don't seem to be talking, really making much eye contact with anybody. They're just doing their thing, working hard, eyes down, straight ahead, or whatever's on their task. Whereas the people outside were, more animated and talking straight to you.
Interesting.
Got real quiet in here. Why don't these guys talk to each other?
I'm so curious.
These guys don't talk much. They're good at what they do. That's why they're in here. But they're not much for doing much else.
To each their own.
Queen bless them.
So your queen's domain is all underground? Is that right?
Yeah. She's gonna be deep. Obviously you're gonna meet her, so you get this information. I swear to God, if you ever tell anybody.
No, of course not.
No, not a word.
No, you're doing us a favor.
Yeah, truly.
This is we feel safe here for the first time in a minute. So I'm not taking that for granted. Let me tell you the truth.
For sure.
So when he did point out that not a single tunnel or tube or anything goes directly to the Queen's Lair, you did realize that after a while you'd been taking several turns, and this is quite a labyrinth.
I've accepted we're very lost in
here.
here.
If you wanted to get out or go anywhere, you'd need a guide. And it seems intentional in that way too, for defense.
It's smart.
So he brings you deep around this coiling corridor that eventually stops with two really big, really strong looking guys. Probably the biggest ones you've seen in a long time. Huge dudes. And you actually, Thea, you recognize one of them from your old mercenary party.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This guy, Miguel, that you didn't really get along. You know him and you drank with him and everything. You weren't close or anything, but you recognize him. Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
So you see him standing guard around near this door. So him and this other guard, and so he's got his eyes forward. But when you say that, he kind of looks over at you, and you see his eyes widen a bit, but then his eyes snap forward again.
I can't believe it's you. What, you're just not going to say anything? Get over here. It's been a minute and a half.
I don't think he's allowed to say anything to anybody. He's one of the royal guard.
Oh, please, I know him.
Well, I mean, you might have, but now he's a royal guard. I mean, it's for life. So maybe if you ask Her Majesty, I would suggest, but don't ask him to break protocol, is all I'm saying.
I understand. I will ask Her Majesty.
Yeah. So I'll leave you to it. And these guys, and he looks thoroughly intimidated by these guys, completely cowed to the royal guard.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, they'll help you out. They'll let you in. And he, kind of
Thank you.
leaves, backs away, takes off. The royal guard, who are holding spears, very thick, heavy metal spears.
Size queens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks like, an 8-inch dowel that's, 8 feet long. So it's going to be whatever they're hitting is going to hurt.
It's not getting up again.
Yeah. And so they both in formation move to the side of the door, and one of them, the Miguel, he pulls a string on near the top, and a curtain drops to the side and swings off, and they both nod their head.
I will nod back in thanks and proceed inside.
All right.
I feel like, do I get that this is clearly like the main chamber area? So we're kind of gonna go in like not like held like super high, but like in a thank you for receiving us sort of body language.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Thea, do you have any weapons on you, like a dagger or anything like that? Or are you just musical instruments?
I have a single dagger.
Okay. As you start to flourish and walk through, you get the twin staff treatment, and they look down. Both of them look down and eye your dagger.
Oh, my apologies. I take it off and give it to them. Put it on the floor.
Yeah, they put a hand out and take it, and it's gone.
I put that there.
Immediately, and then they open up and let you through.
Thank you,
Astris. You're going to get it too.
Yeah, I want to do like the same thing, but can I like, this is kind of a dick move. Can I do like the Donald Trump thing when he shakes somebody's hand? Not like to that degree, but like I want to give him the sword, but like kind of like see how strong he is.
Oh, the insecure man handshake?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Are you doing it to Miguel or are you doing it to the other guy?
To Miguel.
All right. Give me a D20.
The one you can fuck with even just a little bit. I'm so curious.
Yeah, so Astris, you start pulling off knives, swords.
Mace.
Your mace.
Morningstar there.
Yeah, your Morningstar, your shield. And Morningstar last, and you go to hand it to him, and he grabs it, and you don't let go at first. And he goes to yank it, and you yank at the same time. So let's roll a little strength check here.
No. 5. Wait, am I adding anything to it?
Your strength.
Oh, 9.
All right. Yeah, he pulls it out of your hand like you're a baby. like an embarrassing, like you thought I don't think he registered you were holding it. Like you were doing the test of strength thing. He just took it.
Good. That's better.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah, I rolled an 18.
All right, I'm cowed. I'm properly cowed.
And these guys do look like very intimidatingly huge and strong, like bigger than most big people. Like you've seen maybe some instructors and some star pupils who have passed through that are like this size. It seems like they're obviously picked for a reason.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Just what I could have known by looking at them. They're strong. So
you guys head down through this doorway that leads to a little stairway that then leads through straight downward. I just see Crit off like making directions with her hands.
I'm picturing.
Yeah. You're going down a little stairway and then through right before you reach the next doorway that has a curtain covered, it also swings to the side and it reveals the Queen's lair. And the lair is a spherical chamber with circular cells on the wall that are glowing orange and red with a silhouette of something inside moving in each cell.
I knew it.
The cells light the room in an orange-red kind of firelight, but more of a throbbing glow. You can see tubes and little holes in the ceiling that are have fluids coming out of them, different colors, going down the channels between the cells and the walls. It's pooling at the bottom into this glowing baby blue slime. The slime, though, doesn't look like a pool of water the way water would act. It seems like it is spread out evenly and reaching up towards the sides of the wall. So it's like and equal depth up the side of the bottom of this sphere. And it looks like it's reaching towards the rivulets and the streams of different colored waters. Looks like it's feeding this slime. So in the middle of this slime, you see 5 men sitting in a circle facing what can only be the queen. The queen that looks like she's growing from this pool of slime.
Yes.
Up to about her waist is just just unorganized, unshapely slime leading to a very feminine figure from the waist up, where she has looks to be kind of cut diamonds in her eyes and in her nipples, and they glow white.
Ooh.
To both of you, she's stunning and stunningly feminine in absolute insane proportions. Every part of her kind of jiggles and sways in an over-exaggerated sexuality. Her curves are unreal and unrealistically unwieldy, and just seems like it gives off this immense, dreamlike, almost crazy amount of sexuality that's going on here. The men who are surrounding her are sitting, you can only see from the waist up, but there are multiple tentacles writhing and undulating from around the midsection under the slime on each of them, and these tentacles are coming from the queen. The men's chests are kind of facing the ceiling, and their eyes and heads are rolled back. Mouths agape and tongues lolling. They breathe quick, short breaths, otherwise make no sounds.
Oh no.
Oh no. The O circle.
Wow.
Does it seem like the tentacle circle jerk is coming to a close? I would hate to interrupt. Or is it just ongoing and forever?
Well, you're walking into it.
That's Stu's question.
And
my question was, is if there's a unslimed place to stand?
Yeah, so there's a little staircase leading to the slime. The pit.
Nice. The slime pit.
And as you get closer, it almost looks like the slime is reaching out.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's reaching up along the wall there. It's just sucking on those nutrients. You hear the voice of the queen as she says, "Welcome. Please present yourselves."
Thank you for seeing us, Your Majesty. And I sort of have my head bowed as we walk forward.
Yeah, Astris is disturbed and uncomfortable, but she takes a knee.
Okay, yeah, she does her etiquette protocol.
There's people obviously doing sex stuff in this room. That's weird. And that's weird and wrong and bad.
He was like, this is a Saturday night for me.
She goes, "Please excuse them." And she makes a gesture with her hand, and all of the tentacles kind of fly up, flutter, and then slip back, into her.
No.
And
when you pull out too fast.
And the
oh
no, the men immediately are like, oh, and they're crawling. They're on hands and knees, and they're just like, please, my queen, and they're begging to deliver. They keep saying they need to deliver over it, and she says, "Leave us," and they all immediately go silent and all crawl into a dark corner on the other side of the sphere.
I think that was worse than them just continuing to be jerked off.
This is some eldritch fucking.
I fucking love it. Oh my god, my face hurts shit.
No. Okay.
Again, thank you. We did not mean to interrupt. But it means everything that you have had an audience with us.
Well, I appreciate you presenting yourself so quickly upon entering my domain. I hear you paid handsomely upon entering.
We did.
That's very nice.
We are more than happy to oblige.
Gilthaniel, I assume.
Yeah, he's a good one.
He is, if he paid that high. Now, how can I help you?
We need a way to not be found. We are seeking a safe way to go south beyond the ribbon.
I assume you're avoiding the surface because of mercenary groups, slavers, anybody in particular?
The Covenant.
Ah.
Nice.
She looks to both of you, and it looks like she makes the connection. And she smiles broadly, and she nods, and she'll say, "I'd be delighted to help out both of you."
Did our reputation precede us?
I hope that at least half of it is true.
Well, I've got some new additions I'd be more than happy to tell you about that happened on our way here.
Oh, please do. And she'll listen to your exploits. She'll listen to everything you want to tell her. If you want to tell her about the Feywild.
Is she a fucking gossip?
If you want to. She doesn't get out much.
Oh my gosh, of course.
She is a queen.
Oh my
in
gosh,
her
she needs
lair.
news.
And she is like, I've heard that some shit has been going down the last 10 years. And so,
Oh my god,
Yeah.
girl.
and then like you two showed up in her lair.
Babe.
Okay, so do you want to know the whole truth?
Oh, yes, please. Every detail. I'm starved.
She will sort of dramatically like tell her like the story of corrupting Astris. and essentially, you know, she's going to be truthful. She won't linger on too much detail, but she will be truthful and entertaining.
I think Astris is going to sit back and enjoy the story too. Just
Well,
like good storytelling.
Why don't
Just
you roll a performance check?
Okay.
Because the story does have parts where you use your instrument anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah. She's probably like doing like little like chords along with like certain things that she's saying, like just to enhance crap.
yeah,
Yeah, I bet you've been working on this ballad.
It's always, I think her mind's always doing that.
I mean, it's the storytelling itself, so this is a perfect time for a bard to do her thing.
That's true. That is 16.
Yeah, you begin impromptu with none of your stuff, start to give a whole little thing. You're like, well, and you start to tell the story and you're like, well, hold on. And then you get your instrument and you're like, because, I mean, when we left the Aurora, okay. And so you had to back up. And by the time you had you'd backed up to where you needed to start, you were like, okay, I know this story. And you started on it. She's thoroughly engrossed. She loves it. She's sitting there with her, her chin on her hands. She's lying on her stomach sort of now. She has feet that she's kind of flipping up into the air and the slime's kind of coming up. And,
I love that.
with just like, she's still like in every pose looking highly sexual and like super sexy. And you can kind of see it too. Like there's this magnetism to her, but you don't think it's like just, the good kind. So you try not to get too drawn in, but
She was good, dangerous, but good.
right.
I like this.
Yeah, it's intoxicating, but she's not really turning it on for you. So you are telling her this great story and eventually how you got to here. And she claps excitedly and she squealed with joy when your attendants came out of the bag right on cue for story and started helping out telling this story. And she looks like she is tickled pink by everything that's just happened, who just showed up, and everything that's going on with this story. So she's like, oh my God, this is amazing. You have just made my millennium. This is amazing.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Oh, please. Yes. So we don't usually tell these people these things, but these hives are connected mostly. we try to keep them as connected as possible. Some cave-ins and things happen, but yeah, I send my workers out to dig for about 50 miles before we find a good one for the next one. When we have a viable queen ready.
Huh.
And you look around the sphere room and there's like hundreds.
Wow. So you have a lot of daughters? Is that
Oh, yes.
Wow, look at them all.
very cool?
So we do have a connection to the south. We have one to the north if you would like to go through the Feywild, but I assume that you don't want to go back there just yet.
Not just yet.
We can take you. There's one that goes 50 miles to the south, but I would recommend surfacing every once in a while. There are exits. It can be grueling for mortals, surface dwellers. Taking the tunnels can be disorienting, and sometimes other things will inhabit the tunnels. Although we do have my defenders and fighters patrol every once in a while.
Wow. That is better news than I could have hoped for.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we were pretty stranded before this, so.
It's no issue. I appreciate it. And I will say that there are a network of us. We are all our own queens. Some of us aren't as interested in the surface goings on. Some of us do not like outsiders at all. Take heed, take caution. But my tunnel to the south is safe.
Wonderful. Wow. May I ask one small further favor? Would it be at all possible for me to have a short conversation with one of your guardsmen, Miguel? I used to know him from up top.
Oh, they generally lose their names upon coming to me. Yes. Sure. Is he the one on the right or the left of the door?
I point to which one he is.
Yes. Feel free. You can't have him.
Oh no,
He's mine.
of course.
But yes, please feel free. And when you're finished, tell him that he can take you to the tunnels.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Again, that is so kind.
Is no worry. She thanks you again for your rousing story.
Happy to oblige.
And she looks just pleased, just rejuvenated. And she makes a flourish as you guys are going to leave. And the 5 men come crawling back out, moaning.
They can deliver now.
Yeah. Deliver.
Please.
Yeah. And you hear some splashes and yeah. And the queen goes back into what looks like a meditative state. Like the way she was when you found her.
Nice. Good for
nice.
her.
Yeah. I like her life.
Yeah, and so you make it to the other side of the door and Miguel's there.
Hey, Miguel. Queen said we could talk. I asked her permission and she said yes. Also, you're escorting us down the tunnel.
Oh. Wow. And he glances over and the queen still has her eyes closed and he's like he looks genuinely shocked and then he stops making that expression, goes to a flat expression and he's like, yes, of course. And he looks really weirded out right now. He hasn't really seems like he hasn't been able to talk or make many expressions in a while.
Was this a good thing or a bad thing for you, Miguel?
As you guys are you asking them that as you walk?
Yeah. Was
great,
that a good
amazing,
face, Miguel?
awesome.
Okay. Sick. Well, I guess
Everything's amazing.
We can walk and talk. We're going south past the ribbon. Her Majesty said there was a tunnel
And you're going to the ribbon?
Yeah.
You fucking... well, no, I know you're crazy.
Yeah. Have you...
What,
when was the last time you were up top, though?
Got some family members down there or something?
I mean, like, God, if I only knew. I wouldn't fucking be up here.
Yeah, he did just tell a pretty, like, racist joke, but it seems like they were close enough.
Yeah,
So,
I was like,
yeah. You're like, whoa. You're like, fuck you, Miguel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bet I do.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure they're just as bad as you are.
I'm the best, excuse you.
Really. You know, we thought you caused a lot of waves when you just up and disappeared, you know, but then the Covenant of Purity, like, gets like 100 times bigger and crazy, and they're all like talking about you.
Oh.
And we know it's
Heard
you.
of that, I see.
We know it's you.
Listen, I didn't do that.
Do that? They're saying you did a lot of things.
I didn't do any of it.
Astris is just
I know you're
cracking
lying.
up. Yeah.
I am not lying, Miguel.
Lies.
Fucking,
Lies.
I am not.
From the mouth of a bard.
You fucking dickhead. Listen,
Yeah, spin me your tale like it's going to matter.
I will. I spun a tale so good. Your queen let us do this.
Well, you know, props for that.
Yeah, that's right. Ugh. But
Okay.
I swear to God, any of the gods, all the gods, we did not do that shit.
We did some of it.
Well,
Yeah, see?
we didn't do anything that we didn't kill anyone.
This is your pale knight throwing you under the bus.
I did some of it. Let's be real.
All right.
She's the bad influence, not me.
Accountability. Right.
I didn't do anything, like always. I am
Just
completely innocent.
Yeah, babe in the woods.
I am so innocent. They drew first blood.
Right.
Then it comes
right.
out.
Yeah, they said something first. It was always,
Yeah.
you know, but that's why we liked you, and that's why you were so effective. Yeah, here we're getting down to the southern passage here, and he moves some worker people out of the way as they're working on a path here. They're like polishing the ground. What looks like their hands and like rocks or something, like some kind of gravel underneath their hands and their knees and stuff. They're kind of just sliding and back and forth.
Is that how
And
they
he
polished
just kind of like uses his foot and
Oh.
pushes them away.
Is that how they
Blood,
polished
sweat, and
that really
tears.
nice wood paneling upstairs?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I was wondering what the polish was. Mahogany, perhaps. No,
Blood
I see now.
and sweat and tears.
Yeah,
Nice.
perfect chemical concoction to create these
Seal it.
perfect
It's
passages.
remarkable.
Just rub people into it
She's a
until
beaut.
it's sealed.
Yeah, she's a beaut, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it widens up, and then there's a bit of a stairway that goes down into a larger passage. Looks like it can take people 3 abreast. That's 3 abreast.
Let's walk on either side of Miguel.
Count them. 1, 2.
He's like, I can't
3
really
abreast.
leave the hive here. I mean, I can't leave the kingdom behind. And you, anyway, it was awesome that I can't believe you're here. It's crazy.
I can't believe you're here. How did you get down here?
Well, he looks over his shoulder. He's like, Her Majesty is a very, persuasive leader.
I
And
can see that. I really liked her.
Yeah, she's
And, you know, the mercenary company, I guess, you know, we call it company, but we split up, you know, eventually. People got caught, people got killed, people went for their higher paying jobs, you know.
Do you know where Rox went?
Oh, rocks? Man, jeez. I couldn't tell you. That was, I mean, He was over in the Midlands for a while, but I couldn't tell you, it's not any good new information. He didn't get caught up by the Covenant, last I heard. But yeah, they're definitely looking for people like him.
Fuck. I've been looking for him.
Yeah. I think he's probably hard to find.
Yeah, I imagine he is. I would be too. I am being that.
Right.
And
So you all look around this tunnel in this strange place that you're in. He's like, look, my options could have been a lot worse. As you can see. And he like gestures to the others, like the workers, and
yes, absolutely.
Like, it's not so bad. And, I get to travel every once in a while, 50 miles here, 50 miles there. It's not too bad. And the food's good. It's mostly liquid though.
Well, I hear that is easier to digest.
Yeah, it sure is. But I look great. And
You do. You look
flexes.
fantastic.
He's really cut.
I give it a squeeze.
Rock hard.
Damn.
Yeah, I work out a lot. What else are you going to do?
Astris kicks dirt in the corner in the back.
Astris is really strong. You guys should arm wrestle.
I could eat slime if it made me.
I could eat slime.
I don't think it would do. I don't know. I don't think women get this, the delivery. But I wouldn't if I were you. It's great. I just, the reason why I wouldn't, I want to be clear, is because you aren't males. That's why I wouldn't do it. If you were males, I'd be like, you can't go. You
should stay.
You're going to stay with me and the queen. But you're not, so you get to go. Or you have to go.
That's, you know what? I understand territory. That's fine. Oh. And Miguel, I didn't leave on purpose. I disappeared.
Well, yeah.
I woke up somewhere else.
What, like you teleported?
Something. I have no idea. I had to walk for days before I found a town, and I'd been stuck in Haven for the last 3 years.
Well, that's weird. I don't know if I am going to believe you, but...
When have I ever lied?
This guy.
Look, I'm not going to say that you killed all the chickens and the pigs and then disappeared with all your stuff left behind, which is not like you.
It was...
Some people said they saw you fleeing the scene covered in blood, naked.
No.
That's what I hear.
I don't run around naked.
I heard. Yeah, well, okay.
I've seen her naked. She does.
What were you?
Do not. God.
All right. When you woke up in Haven, were you wearing your outfit?
No.
Were you covered in chicken feathers and blood and naked?
No, but I was naked.
Well, I'm not saying it was you who killed all the chickens and pigs, but Samuel was so pissed.
I did. Oh, fuck.
Cool.
Everyone thinks
yeah.
I went crazy. Shit.
Yeah. Well, and then you did. It's been on.
Did not.
13 years ago, 10 years ago. Anyway, keep causing mayhem.
I'll try.
Stay safe.
You too, bud.
He adjusts his armor a bit and then bids you adieu and gets back up into his kingdom.
Cool. As he walks away, I cheekily give him the finger.
Yeah, he throws one right back.
All right. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and here there are no lights, so you'll need torches, and you'll light your torches because I know you have them, even though I know you don't have them on your character sheet.
Yeah, I do.
All right, you now have it on
there.
your character sheet, so you have a torch, and you're making your way down the tunnel, and I think we'll end.
We have enough days of rations.
Right. Well, so will she. Yeah. And yeah, we'll end it right there.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Of all the places I expected this to go, this was not it.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you for going on that journey with us, everyone. Wow. Slime mommy.
Yeah. Thank you.
I forgot we were not talking to each other.
Wow, so a lot happened. We laughed, we cried, we made friends with the Slime Queen. You know, normal shit for these two, apparently. I just want to thank you again for listening to another episode of our podcast. We truly appreciate every one of you. It would help us out a ton if you could rate and subscribe to our show and share it with a friend. And a special announcement, we have an Instagram. Stupid Sexy D&D Podcast is the handle. Please go give us a follow. Episodes of Slash and Fuck are released every other Monday. So until then, drink some water, do some stretches, and stay sexy, my friends.